Hey everyone, it's Matt from Cruises, Rooms, and Reviews. We're here on Freedom of the Seas, and we're in an aft balcony room. It's got some ups and downs, so let's check them out and find out, of course, whether we'd stay in this room again or not. Okay, here we are at 7410. Again, this is an aft balcony room. To show you where we are, we're pretty much in the corner. There's one more room to the left, which would be 7408, which is the actual corner room. That's the hallway back up to the mid-central elevators. And then you have a hallway that takes you along those aft rooms to the other side of the ship. Let's head on in. So first, show you the entryway. Of course, you have your muster information on the door. This room goes to deck 4, D27. As you come in, you do have your light switch right there. You have your light switch to the bathroom. Your bathroom is on the right as you come in the door, and your closet is on the left. Checking out the vanity area first. So you have a set of drawers, 3 large drawers, I would say, well, smallish large drawers, but large drawers for this room, and then a couple of thin sliders, a desk drawer. So you have some storage there. Then you have the vanity. It's a fairly large vanity area with plenty of space on it. From an outlet perspective, you have 2 US outlets here. We have our device charging equipment plugged in there. You have a switch to turn on your light for your mirror, but there it goes. Just took a little while to pop on. And then you do have one European outlet. We have an adapter that uses the European outlet, which is a great idea. It gives you an extra plug and extra USBs. This one has 1 US outlet, 3 USB-A's, and 1 USB-C outlet. So that's a great addition. And of course you have a pretty large mirror here. You do have storage on both sides. It is fairly deep for one of these. So usually these are very shallow. This one's fairly deep, but of course not very wide, but it's a good decent amount of storage there. And same thing on this side. And then this area here, you have your TV. I would say that's a 32-inch standard ship Samsung television. Have a nice shelf up above there for storage. And then down here is where you have your standard Royal Caribbean ship room refrigerator, or shall we say more of a cooler. Next we'll move you to the sofa. This is a pretty small sofa. This is a shorter room, I would say, not as long as a balcony room that you would get along the side of the ship. So you do have a little bit more narrow sofa here. This is also not a pull-out sofa, but there are 3 of us staying in this room. So how does that actually work when you have 3 of you in the room? Well, you have a trundle bed. So that's what this room does. This is actually our first time in a room that has a trundle bed that we've used. So Ryan, our 7-year-old, is staying in that bed up above us, and he has seemed to sleep just fine in it. Now, there is a ladder that goes up from the floor to that trundle bed. He has just pretty much been climbing from the bed up onto there. So we went and put the ladder into the closet where it sits. Other than that, you do have a standard Royal King bed that can be separated into 2 twins. And it's pretty much the standard bed. We've had no problem sleeping on it. You do have to watch your head though when the trundle bed is there, because you are sleeping right underneath it. So someone who's about 6 foot like I am does have to consider that. On this side of the bed, you do have a nightstand with an open shelf and then a single drawer. And then you have the standard ship phone. As in most of the phones on Freedom of the Seas, you do have a USB port on the side of this phone, which is very convenient. My wife uses that to charge in the evening. And then of course you have a reading light. Pretty much the same thing, except you don't have the phone, no USB ports. This week I'm actually using a charger over on this side at night to charge my device, and then I charge that battery charger during the day. It's a battery pack, and it uses the MagSafe connection on an Apple phone to charge it. So that is a great little device. We do have also a floor to ceiling mirror. So let's go check out the closet. So it has two doors, one main door that opens up. There is that ladder. It's hanging on the side of the door. So that can be hooked up to the Trundle bed if you like. And then you have a smaller door here that opens up wider, so you have access to the closet. So it's a decent sized closet. You can see plenty of hangers. You do have a shelf up above. Down here we've been using one of our suitcases for dirty laundry and storing shoes off to the side and under the shelves. And then on this side you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 shelves, including the safe shelf. So a good amount of storage available to you there. And of course, as I said, this is a safe right here. Not big enough for a laptop, but probably would fit a tablet. But of course, all your passports, your keys, wallets, phones, if you want to put them in there. Now let's check out the bathroom. As I said, you do have a light switch for the bathroom right there. A couple of hooks, great for some towels, or if you have some robes, if you want to hang them there. It's a very small step up into the bathroom. This is the standard bathroom on this class of ship. So you have your one single sink with some storage or shelving to either side. You have a shelf down below with a trash can, and it's where your toilet paper is hung, and another trash can underneath. Have a large wraparound mirror. Hello everybody. Only on one side do you actually have storage behind the mirror. So here you have 3 shelves going up high, which you know I do like to have a high shelf in the bathroom. Storage for all of your towels, plenty of that. So the shower in this room is the standard, I don't know what you call it, a stall shower. And it's a decent size for this type of shower. It does have the solid pane doors that close up while you're showering. I like that better than having a shower curtain that may blow in and stick on you. And then you have your controls and a couple of shelves. The room comes standard with the Salt and Breeze double duty hair and body wash. At a certain point level, I can't remember what it was, 340, 350, you do get delivered the better amenities to your room by your stateroom attendant. One thing I love about this shower is the pressure from the shower is incredible. It's definitely one of the top 5 and highest pressure. The problem with that is the pressure is so high that the wand shoots out sometimes and comes down on you, which is not pleasant. So you do have to sometimes dial back the pressure a little bit, which it's still even plenty of pressure at that point, so that the shower wand does not fly out of there. One little slight negative I have about the room, but I will take the trade-off for the water pressure. Let's go out and check out the balcony on this aft-facing room. Here you do have your door handle. Down is locked, up is open, and it's a pretty easy slide for one of these doors. So here is the reason we love these rooms. A little foreshadowing whether we were to stay in this room again. But it is, you know, it's the standard width of a balcony room, but the depth is what does it. You get a lot deeper balcony than you would get on a standard side balcony room on the ship. Not that there's anything wrong with the side balcony, they are great too, but here you have room for 2 full loungers with space in front of them. And then on this side over here, we've got 2 chairs, a table, and plenty of room for both of those. And then of course that view. When you look up this room, it will say that it has a 20% obstructed view. And mainly that's because of this superstructure that you see here that goes around the rear of the ship. That doesn't bother us in the slightest. It doesn't impede our views. I could see someone might be bothered by it, but not us. We've just got these beautiful views. Other thing I like about being on deck 7 is you can see on deck 6 here, people can see right down into the balconies from deck 7. Deck 8 cannot see. We are completely enclosed. Deck 8 cannot see in, but if you're on deck 8, decks 9 and 10 can see down to 8, 10 can see down to 9, 10 is like 7 where it's fully enclosed. So if you're going to get an aft room and you want some privacy, I would personally recommend deck 7 or 10. So let's pan back and get another view of the balcony from this direction. As I said, really good size. The only thing I would say is if you use magnetic hooks to hang up and dry clothes like we do, there isn't a ton of room on either side of the door. In fact, really none on that side to do that. So you've got a little limited space there. And the last view, back to that balcony. We hope you enjoyed our tour of room 7410, an aft balcony room. Now, would we stay in this room again? Well, let's look at the pros. Of course, the view out the back of the room, even with the partial obstructed view from the superstructure, we love the aft view, so we think that part is great. Also, the balcony is very deep for a standard balcony room, deeper than I believe you find typically on the side of the Freedom class ships. From that perspective, having the 2 lounge chairs, the 2 regular chairs, the table, plenty of room out there to move around, I love the balcony on this room. The trundle bed situation, you know, I'm totally, I do like not having to have the couch made up and then put away every day and then put out, and sometimes it isn't put away during the day. I'm okay with the trundle. I'm good either way on that. The accoutrement of the room, you know, it's a little bit older style. They are starting to freshen up some of the rooms on this ship, so hopefully they will do that to this room soon. Standard bathroom, it's totally what we expected. I would love to be able to turn the water pressure all the way up, but that, as we said, causes issues with that shower head flying off the holder. Probably needs a stronger holder. These ships are getting a little bit older, so maybe some replacements are necessary there, but do love that the water pressure is so high in the shower. If you've got some mobility impairment, it is a bit of a long walk from the elevator to this room. So unless you have a powered scooter or something like that, it's a long walk. We're perfectly fine with that. We have no problems, but if a long distance walking, this might be a room you'd want to avoid. So with all that considered, would we stay in this room again? For us, yeah, absolutely. I think we've had a great time in this room. You know, it could be a little bigger square footage wide. I think on the side rooms, the inside is a little bit longer, so you get a little more square footage, but we can live with that. We're good, especially on a weekend cruise. So yeah, we would absolutely stay in this room 7410 on Freedom of the Seas again. We hope you enjoyed this content. If you did, please go ahead and hit that like button below, and also check out the rest of the Cruises, Rooms, and Reviews channel, and make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any future cruising content. This is Matt from Cruises, Rooms, and Reviews. Happy cruising, everybody.